Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to our march to space in Civilization 6. So, real quick, just to reorient everybody, we need to pick up satellites, robotics, nuclear fusion, and nanotechnology. And, I mean, this is maybe not the smoothest way of doing this, but let's just, bam. 23, it looks like we have to go back and get a lot of the stuff that we skipped. That's okay, a lot of this stuff is going to be really, really fast. Yeah, we don't have stirrups. You need stirrups to go to space. We don't have machinery. We're going to need that to go to space. Alright, I'm sure this will give us plenty to do. So as soon as Mbanza Congo finishes its industrial zone, we're going to have it started on the spaceport. Assuming I have enough population. I think I should. Oh, I hear some violence somewhere. I don't see it. Let's play a little more zoomed in here. It's also, we probably don't need yield information anymore, given that we're unlikely to be building a whole lot. So, ooh, look at that. Those are some, like, really short cab, really wide trucks, man. I really dig the art. A lot of the art.
The four characteristics of humanism are curiosity, a free mind, belief in good taste, and belief in the human race.
Sure, I do not disagree with that. So we got to get one of these archaeological museums going. I think that's going to be a good idea. But I don't particularly care about either of these. I guess let's have a look at the great engineers. So the next one is just going to grant 480 production towards some wonder construction. That's not the most important for us. This one grants one toy, a uniquely manufactured luxury which provides +4 amenities. So it's like he creates a luxury that nobody else could possibly have. And it looks like we are definitely on track to get him. That's a really cool one. There are so many good ideas in the Great People. I'm really excited about that. Alright, we do have the archaeologist. Yeah, we're working toward this. So we need to build an archaeological museum. Obviously, that's something we wanted to do anyway. I don't know where we'll build it, but we'll build it somewhere. We have a lot of places where we're finishing factories now. We don't have any more moves to make for them. And here, James Watt is going to wake up and immediately build a factory and workshop in this district. Your progress toward class struggle has advanced considerably. What does that do? Where is class struggle? Did I look right past it? Alright. Search bar. Help brother out. Where is this? Oh yeah, it's down here. It's the thing that gives you communism. Okay. Out of curiosity, which one of these things would we be most likely to be interested in? Well, democracy has 3 economic slots and 2 wild cards. Patronage of great people costs less gold. Bonus yields from district projects are increased. Communism gives defense strength to your land units and bonus to all production. That sounds like a winner for us. Fascism looks pretty incompatible with our playstyle with the 1 economic bonus. Bonus to unit production. Okay, so I think if we were going for another high tier thing, we would be going for communism as our next government. But I don't know that we're even going to get that far, honestly. The game might end by then. Alright, so we need a spaceport, which means we need more population. We're going to hit 12 in a second here, and our housing capacity obviously is lovely. So I guess let's just build a research lab. We have the ability to build the museums now, right? Did we... Where does the museum even get built? Because we did finish that, didn't we? Civilopedia. What are the rules for making a museum? How do museums work? is built in a theater square. Oh. Okay, well, we'll have to construct a theater square somewhere. Won't be here. This place has its districts all figured out. But places that aren't the capital can construct theater squares, and then we can build museums in them. That's interesting. I guess it makes sense, because the point of a museum is to generate culture, and the theater square is where the culture buildings go. There's a lot of people moving around the map, doing a lot of things, and not a lot of it is relevant to me. Okay, 7 turns. Then we'll be able to create our spaceport. Yeah, theater square. Sounds good. So, what's the story with the theater squares? Adjacency stuff? +1 culture from each adjacent wonder, +1 culture from every 2 adjacent districts. So it wants to be built by wonders. We don't really have the option of doing that here. Oh no, that's not true. We could build it adjacent to this wonder. Yeah, we have 230 gold. That sounds fine. And then it's also adjacent to those. Sounds good. Make that happen. We need museums. In theory, we want these in the cities that are on the front. Oh, you have a military unit stationed already. How long would it take you to build an anti-tank gun? 9 turns. Ruhr Valley would take 34? Jeez. 1,450, huh? What was that great person? 480? We're probably going to get that guy. But that still means that this would be like 20 turns of production. I think we have better things to do. Yeah. Yeah, I'm waffling on it, obviously, but I think it's right to... It may be right to just build this one in a place where it's not getting a bonus. I guess we'll build it here so that we can build another district here and maybe give it a bonus. Yeah. And I'm really enjoying the fact that the districts and the fact that the wonders have so much... the wonders require a tile and have so many restrictions. This stuff all means that if you're playing a more passive style, you actually do still have stuff to do. Whereas in the last game, you know, it could be a little trivial. You better watch it, Eagle Warrior. I'm going to shoot your ass with a bazooka. Yeah, they don't have that where you're from. Your progress toward the nuclear program has advanced considerably. I'm down with that. Hold on, let's view the reports real quick. Production. So Mbanza Congo has 59. Congo has 47. Yeah, Mbanza Congo is the right place to build the spaceport. So it's gonna be theater squares everywhere else, I guess? Yeah, this is pretty good. It gets the +2 from this wonder, and then if we build a district here, it goes up again. So we have 2 envoys. We could push Buenos Aires up to an additional +2 production. That's probably right. Additional +2 production in every industrial zone. As long as you're building something that's not units. Sounds pretty pretty relevant to our interests. So we're about to reveal aluminum and gain the ability to build flying units. We actually have flying unit ability already, actually, don't we? We probably have, like, biplanes and stuff. Yeah, come over here and test that. I think that probably because the rest of the world has never seen a bazooka operated, they're probably not that afraid of it. It's like, hey, that guy has a metal tube. I'm not scared of metal tubes. I've seen those before. The first time we use the bazooka, everybody will suddenly understand. So at this point, we're pretty much just trying to optimize, right? I want all my cities, building stuff, creating additional production buildings, because we want to be probably at some point... Yep, denounced. Okay. At some point, we're going to move all of the trade routes to Mbanza Congo when we start building the spaceship stuff. And we're just going to be shipping in all of the industry from everywhere else. City-states are changing hands all the time, and that means they're changing who they're at war against because the other continent is just constantly at war. We still haven't even met the last player. It's probably in the center of the continent, fighting everybody else off.
Economical, but oh my, what fun we've lost, and what leisure we've sacrificed in the race for efficiency.
I feel like riding in a plane is a pretty leisurely experience. Actually, driving a plane might not be. Alright, 8 turns until we can launch the moon landing project. Grants a one-time culture bonus equal to 10 times your science per turn. Wow. That'll be really nice for us. We'll get a whole bunch of civics done all at once there, probably. We're building up a lot of gold, and I don't exactly know what I want to use it for. We can't buy out almost any of the things that we want to buy out. You can use it to buy a research station.
In a market economy, however,
in some city somewhere,
the individual has some possibility of escaping from the power of the state.
Alright, +1 movement is starting in friendly territory, +4 gold and +1 faith from all trade routes. We're not using the trade route thing right now, and I think we won't be starting. That's a nice upgrade, but I think I'm pretty happy with the stuff we have slotted now. We can actually probably pull the... Oh, that's neat. We can actually probably pull the housing one because we have a lot of Mbonzas out now. Okay, 2 envoys. Let's see, what do we want to do with 2 envoys? This isn't super relevant. We can get 4 gold per turn. We can actually get a lot more than 4 gold per turn because we have a number of commercial hubs. But we can't really do anything super compelling with this. I guess we... Yeah, I guess we do this. What does it cost to buy a research lab? 1,700. Okay. How about I buy this watermill, though? That's +1 production for the city. And then it builds its research lab. We can put this gold toward buying out museums. That's a thing that might be worthwhile. We have 1 anti-tank crew, and I'm like, yeah, that's fine. That guy can protect the whole nation. So I will say this: we have not been we've not been at war very much. Nobody got no martyr ability means you get to go to sleep. It's not usually the case that the AI lets you get away with this little war. Let's generate some amenities. I've played quite a few games at this point, and you are almost always getting attacked by the AI in the early game at the very least. Only 13 turns to a research lab. We should build a watermill, though. There's no good reason for the city not to have a watermill. So, we do have to, in any city where we don't have a commercial hub, we want to try to build one. We want to get as many trade routes going as possible. We're getting denounced. Yeah. Because you're incompetent at attracting great people. We want to get as many trade routes as possible so that we can be shipping industry around, because we are very short on ways to generate industry. Trade routes are one of the only things that we have. That industrial zone is almost finished. This workshop is getting close to done. Alright, so he's happy about the fact that my people like me, but he's really mad about the fact that everybody else also really likes me. We get another new apostle? Yeah, whatever. Step out of the city so you don't block everybody else up, and go to sleep. Okay, so we need our amphitheater before we can build the museum, it looks like. How close are we to actually having the ability to make archaeologists? Because at this point, we don't have to buy stuff out. Alright, we should buy out an archaeological museum, or at least get one built within the next 11 or so turns. So that we can get the boost on that civic. I think we have 1,500. We're gaining almost 100 gold per turn. We have to be able to, nope, I was right clicking on the thing. We have to be able to afford buying out a museum. Wait a second, so let's have a look at this. Okay, it doesn't get any benefits from anything. Let's just put this somewhere, let's make a thing happen. So, I guess just over here, where it's out of the way? Maybe, maybe not, maybe... No, this is a high value area, because there's a lot of stuff adjacent to it. Yeah, let's just slap it down over here somewhere. I don't want to put it on the front lines in case China gets some weird ideas and tries to attack us. I certainly don't want it pillaged. Alright, 32 is a lot. That's a lot of turns. The city doesn't have enough population to build a commercial district. I don't know, just work on that. Oh, the housing... It's actually bumping up against its housing capacity. What on earth was that? A spy from the Chinese Empire was killed during a mission in the city of Quila. Spies? Well, I don't have any idea how the espionage system works, but screw you and your dumb spy. Come on, come over here and apologize to me now. Do you have... Nope, no martyr. Go stand over here and see. I don't understand why you can't sell these guys. It's so weird. Alright, the core of our country, these 4 cities, are really, really strong. And that's actually pretty impressive for Quango, considering how late we settled it. So I think what that really shows, what we can learn from this, is that industry is kind of more important than everything else. It feels a little bit more like Endless Legend in that way, where, like, building stuff is really hugely valuable. Barbarian's approach? The hell? Somebody handle this. Who do I want to do that? I'm going to buy a guy for that. Not a really expensive guy. I bet this guy will be sufficient. You have 7 turns. That's fast enough. Yeah, we don't have to buy it out. I don't know what I'm saving my gold for, but we may need a huge amount of gold at some point. You can never tell. We almost have enough gold to buy out a single anti-tank crew. Think of the value on that one. Sorry, who needs what? Oh, my auto-explore guy got too close to some barbarians, and that makes him nervous. Egypt still doesn't have early empire, it looks like. Their borders are porous. That's really strange. How did they get this far into the game without early empire? That means they don't have a government, doesn't it?
Colonialism. The enforced spread of the rule of reason. But who is going to spread it among the colonizers?
Indeed. Alright, at this point, I think we can probably pull this. A little bit extra science. What are we, two suzerains? Yeah. So it's only giving us 4 extra science per turn, but at this point, anything that gives extra science is good. So what is... Your apostle was destroyed by a spearman. Oh, I could not care less about that, actually. That's 100% fine. Do you feel comfortable going back on Auto Explore? Yeah, okay, good. We've earned an envoy. Well, we can't get suzerainty with this. I think we'll just hold on to it. We have 2. Still. We just hold on to it. We can become Kabul's suzerain, even though we don't really get any value out of Kabul itself, just because becoming the suzerain is now of value to us. Yeah, make an archaeological museum. We're gonna plan on putting together a couple of these things. We're gonna have at least a little bit of a look at the relics and artifacts system before we end our game. What is this? Are you thinking of doing something phenomenally stupid? I want you to resist the urge. It would be so sad if he attacked us with an eagle warrior at this point in the game. And it got pillaged. Barbarian spearman.
No conscience.
A barbarian spearman pillaged our tea. The turn we were thinking about building satellites. That's the world we're living in today. Let's buy a builder. Just get that fixed. Oh, you know what? Actually, this city is at housing capacity. Rather than in a museum, let's throw down an Mbanza somewhere. Yeah, we want that city to grow. Factory, yeah, just get better at shipping production around. I was trying to click on the Apostle. I just wanted to see if the Apostle art changed at all, but it looks like it doesn't. Oh my god, just get out of this area. Away from the barbarians. Apparently he will not auto-explore properly until these barbarians are out of his line of sight. Okay. I felt pretty confident he wasn't going to go back toward them. Quango needs more amenities. Really? I would have thought they'd be fine on that. Well, we have a policy that gives amenities for cities with garrison units, yeah. So let's move the anti-tank crew over to there, I guess. Man, our city defensive strength is so high. Like, a lot of the other players probably literally couldn't deal damage to our cities with their units. I believe at a combat strength difference of like 30, you can't actually do damage to something anymore, and it just one-shots you. But that might be just between units. City combat strength might not work exactly the same way. Alright, we're waiting for some trade routes to come to an end so that we can move them to Mbanza Congo and ship in industry. That still delights me. And then this guy, there's still stuff this guy can do. Right, we have a lot of tiles that could be improved in our empire. I'm definitely not running the tightest ship of all time, partially because the game is not making me. Alright, how are those museums coming? It looks like, yeah, we'll get the museums done just in time for them to boost natural history. And then we'll be able to try to make archaeologists. So unveil the antiquity sites, give us access to the Hermitage, and the zoo. Hey, free amenities. So it says the bonus extends to each city center within 6 tiles. I wonder if that also includes enemy cities. If I built an entertainment district, what is this? That is an acceptable deal to me. Cool. Any interest in accepting my delegation yet? Silk. Okay. Yeah, they seem pretty eager to give me money and stuff in exchange for my stuff. Pretty happy about it. Alright, Quilla's thing is about to be resolved. So... what was I saying? I don't remember. It probably had something to do with these museums. Once we've revealed...
in all works on natural history,
stuff,
we constantly find details of the marvelous adaptation of animals to their food, their habits, and the localities in which they are found.
okay, we didn't unlock any new policies, so can't imagine we want to change our policies. Oops. Did you... nope, it looks like Martyr might be actually pretty rare. Or they might all be equal rarity and I'm just having a string of bad luck here. We've discovered some antiquity sites. Okay. How expensive is it to create an archaeologist? Or do I want to make the hermitage? No, I don't think so. Where is archaeology? Am I looking right past it here? How does archaeology work in this game? We're still learning lots and lots of things. What is your deal, archaeologist? Finds and extracts, that's not helpful. Built from an archaeological museum. Oh, I can't make one here. There's no museum yet. Ooh, we have earned an envoy. We have 4 envoys now. That's enough to snatch Toronto, which I think we will do. Because that also gives us a big bonus to Empire-wide industry. Yeah, you live here now. You are done. I need to right-click that so it'll go away. Everything gets rebased. We need all of the industry we can get in the capital. Okay, so you should be able to build... Yep, archaeologists. Wow, 10 turns. Okay. 7 turns. Now, where are we going on civics? We got our natural history going. This allows us to create natural parks. Purchase with faith. They create national parks that make tourism. That's cool, I guess. Tourism output from stuff is not reduced. Free atomic era civic boost must be built on flat land adjacent to a theater square. That's interesting. We kind of boosted the thing that's most important to us in the atomic era. Ideology grants the ability to construct an additional spy. Enemy spies levels reduced by 2 in your lands. But all cities... A police state costs you 1 amenity. I feel like the consequences of that are usually viewed as being a little harsher than that. So like, if we just wanted to go to communism... cause us to pick up a lot of stuff. Oh, diplomatic service is how you get spies. Yeah, okay. Let's pick that up. That might be important. That might be a thing that we have some value for. Discovering electricity. We started our spaceport without electricity. I have to imagine that having this is going to help somewhat. Honestly, we've done quite well without it. Maybe we don't even need it.
Benjamin Franklin may have discovered electricity, but it was the man who invented the meter who made the money.
So, seaports, which you can build in your harbor. Power plants, which give production, and the bonus extends to each city center within 6 tiles. That is something I'm very, very interested in. And submarines, which are pretty much whatever. The computer tech doesn't really do a lot by itself. Alright, let's start all of the routes that give production. What would it be? What would it cost to buy out a power plant? 1760. Okay. That's absolutely worth it. Brazil has been targeted for a declaration of war by Toronto. Ah, somebody took Toronto back from us. China, I'm assuming. Yeah. We would need 2 more envoys to get it back. Well, we're actually not that far off. Yeah. Make some sweet mines. It kind of looks like those buildings are, like, burned. Sorry there. So we can buy out this... No, we can't buy that copper. It's within Buenos Aires' border. Toronto's really allowing themselves to be jerked around here. So we don't have a lot to do for a few turns. We're pretty much just hitting a turn for now. Once we have the diplomatic service, we can learn some stuff about spies. Your large city is overcrowded. I assume that was get somebody to 15 pop that caused that Eureka. Alright, what other resources are in the Empire that are not being harvested? Looks like we don't actually have a plantation on this tile. Yeah. There's actually a couple of tea tiles that we don't have yet. So we have all that stone quarried. Oh, come get the coal. That's a good idea. Yeah, build yourself an Bonza. I feel like I had intended to use this tile for something, and then I didn't buy it, and Toronto got it. Alright, so we still have 20 turns on the spaceport, which seems really long. I mean, it's a lot of industry, or rather, a lot of production to get through for sure, but still, that seems like a lot. We may end up running out of, or we may end up being bottlenecked on production here. Grants 480 production towards a wonder. Yeah, recruit. I don't know what wonder it's going to be yet. It would be very beneficial to us if you could construct one of these. So, like, what's the list of wonders that we still have available? Great Lighthouse is not super good for us. Great Library is not awesome, although it does only cost 400 production, so you could complete it instantly. This gives great general points and a level for all your units. All archaeologists from the owner may enter foreign lands without open borders. Requires a stable or a barracks and an encampment. Do we have a city that has so much population that it can just crap out an extra district? Because that open borders thing sounds really good. Alhambra, which must be built by an encampment, creates amenities. Venetian arsenal, makes boats. This gives us another diplomatic policy slot, which is not the kind that I'm most interested in. To be perfectly honest, none of these wonders are blowing my hair back. We can make the Great Library somewhere. The Terracotta Army makes the most sense, but I don't know that we have any city that can afford to build an encampment. Actually, never mind. This one probably can. Eight turns. And sorry, it has to be built on grassland or plains adjacent to an encampment. So yeah, like anywhere over here is fine. Oh, hey, it's Gustav Eiffel. Alright, we'll just have him park on this tile, and then that's where we'll build the Terracotta Army and secure travel for all of our archaeologists. I don't know what real-world thing is being referenced by the fact that the Terracotta Army gives your archaeologists free passage. I'm sure it makes perfect sense if you know some kind of history thing. So I don't think that we would trade out our current diplomatic policy for this. Seems pretty lackluster, unless spies are truly awesome, which I guess is possible. Alright, so you just need to chill out for a while. Yeah, let's just create more industry. Oh, the power plant is one of those buildings that extends to an area, right? Yeah, so where's our industrial center? Here? That's our commercial hub. Is this our industrial hub? No, that's an Mbanza. Oh, it's right here. Shoot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no, it will reach Mbanza Congo. Okay. Yeah, so this is actually helpful for getting space stuff done. The industrial hub is here for this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. And over here, it's on this tile. That's commercial again. Okay, so all 4 of these cities can build power plants that will help in Mbanza Congo. Oh, speaking of power plants. I have to wait until it's actually my turn. The AI's turns are definitely getting longer and longer. They just have a lot of stuff to do. Alright, you get to run to Quila. And we purchase this. So here's a question. I don't know actually whether power plant bonuses stack in the way I'm hoping. It shouldn't be too hard to figure it out, though. We'll just watch right as this power plant gets completed and see if Mbanza Congo's production changes again. Also, it's still growing pretty strong here. We're starting to run a little low on amenities, but it does have the only entertainment district in the entire empire, so we can probably solve that. Yeah, I think the computer at some point just gave up on us. It was like, you know what?
The good thing about computers is that they do what you tell them to do. The bad news is that they do what you tell them to do. In diplomacy, there are 2 kinds of problems, small ones and large ones. The small ones will go away by themselves, and the large ones you will not be able to do anything about.
So establish a permanent embassy with a power. If accepted, the recipient will be a little friendlier, you will gain a level of access, and the recipient's capital will be revealed. And then it unlocks a bunch of Casus Belli. Cassi Belli? I don't know what the plural of Casus Belli is. Where's that guy? Where's that builder? Is he almost down here? No, he's still hobbling over. Oh, what was that? What did we just do? Did we accidentally make an apostle again? I can never keep track of what's going to spawn an apostle. Alright, so if we get... Does robotics do anything aside from giving us this thing? +1 production to pastures. That's actually pretty cool. I don't know how much extra production that's going to be. Let's send this guy up. I can see an antiquity site here. Send Ghazali up there. What do we want you to do? I want you to also build a power plant, I think. I'm pretty sure. Oh, what is this? A crouching tiger. Seriously, what is that? I have no idea what that is. It is a ranged unit. It's a field cannon. Okay. I'm not that worried about a field cannon. Somebody just made the Great Library in 1470 AD, which is about when it was created in real life, I'm sure. Somewhere in the neighborhood of. Alright, we are getting this done. It's taken forever, but we're getting there. We're doing on grade people. We're probably going to get another grade person fairly soon. Yeah, we're getting really close to Alan Turing. Trigger the Eureka moment for computers and one random technology from the modern era. That's a kind of a shame. We actually finished computers already, didn't we? Yeah. So, old Alan Turing will not actually be very useful to us. We could pass on him, but I don't know that that actually has any benefit unless somebody's close to being able to buy him. Because I don't think you get to see a new one. Do they only have one use? Yeah, whatever. Go get this. Alright. Everything gets rebased. We have industrial hubs in most of our cities now, so we should be able to ship quite a lot of stuff in. England and Egypt are going to war again. I didn't realize they ever stopped being at war. I think what we're hearing is combat between these two cities. I really love that the city routes, or the city-states have trade units that they send out to your cities, because it helps to construct a nice little network of roads, even though you are probably not getting anything from those.
Always suspected, and usually opposed, without any other reason, but because they are not already common.
So campus industry or campus district adjacency bonuses has to be worse than this, right? Let's watch. 225.7 science becomes 273. Jeez. Yeah, that was a hell of an upgrade. Does anybody have more than 3 industry for us? Nope. That's interesting. We don't have a trading post here yet, but they did finish their industrial zone. Okay, that's good. I'm pretty sure that that's a thing we needed. So what did we find? Archaeologist Ghazali has discovered an ancient battlefield littered with items from Geneva and barbarians. The discovery appears to have been buried since the ancient era, so I think we should take Geneva? Barbarians has got to be more common. So, an ancient artifact scroll displayed in the Archaeology Museum in Kwango. Pretty good. So, what are the theme? How does theming work? Doubling output when displaying artifacts of the same era, but from different civs. Okay. And these can only hold artifacts, so we can't put the Splinter the True Cross in there to help it along. No, he does not have just one use. Okay. Good, good. So we know there's another antiquity site here. Do we see any anywhere else? There's actually remarkably few... Oh, there's one. I was going to say remarkably few in our neighbors' lands. Cleopatra, whatever. That we almost... what? My troops are merely passing by. I don't even know what he's talking about. Who's he... I don't have any troops anywhere near his border. Yeah, I have no idea what he's talking about. Well, that's gonna make it tricky to fix. Alright, just go and sleep. And then I think we pass on touring. We reduce his cost by 132. Bring it down to 723. And then this player would get there eventually. Ah, what the hell. Let's recruit him. Come on, let your other random Eureka boost be good. Replaceable parts, okay. Fine, whatever. Oh, there's another one right there. There's actually a ton of them over here. It's so, it's weird. Here. Okay, we have 3 envoys, which would allow us to take back Toronto. But it doesn't let us get anything extra because we've already gotten to this level. So what if we... Yeah, let's just do Kabul instead and get the bonus from being Kabul suzerain really easily. Nobody else has like any influence with them, so it seems like we probably wouldn't lose that one very quickly. Ah, we met Peter of the Russian Empire when we gained division from that place. Because he settled on this tiny thing to take advantage of the Great Barrier Reef. Okay. Well, now we know all the players. So this time we're going to take barbarians. A mummified cat. Cool. Alright. Yeah, so we have 2 ancient artifacts from 2 different civilizations. You need to make a barracks or a stable. I guess it doesn't matter. This one's 1 turn faster. You should not have any orders. I suppose at this point we just make a factory. This city's kind of not... It's kind of contributing everything it's going to contribute by being a good trade route destination for other cities. Alright, so this is probably going to be Geneva or Barbarians again.
Достойный правитель, подобный вам, должен ценить все самое изысканное.
Oh, he's gonna like us.
Искусство подобно мне.
Peter's primary agenda is that he likes people who are ahead of him in science or culture. I'm pretty sure. Yep, ahead of him in science and culture, dislikes backward civilizations that are lacking in science and culture. So, yeah, embassy, cool. Finally, somebody's willing to engage in a little bit of diplomacy around here. So now that we know everybody, let's have a quick look at this again. The culture victory, we are actually doing a pretty good job. They have 101 tourism, we have 72, thanks to our museums and stuff, I think. I'm pretty sure that's where it's coming from. We are still totally killing it on science. Everybody else is at least playing along now. We have no meaningful religion, and we have no military strength. 243 is impressive, though, considering how few units we have. Alright, so this is about to create the potential for an extra trade route. Need to try to get some of that done in these other cities, too. I don't think Mbamba has a... Oh, no, wait, that's a commercial district right there. So actually, we don't have a lot of other places that we can build them. I don't think Kwango has one yet. Alright, people are declaring peace. Very, very temporary peace with one another. For some reason, there's a barbarian sound occurring. We definitely just need more traders. Okay, cool. Cool. You have another job now. There's some aluminum over here. Go get it. This is, I'm sure, is going to be Geneva and Barbarians again. Yeah. All right. That's fine. Well, we'll take another Geneva, and we will move it to one of the other museums, I guess. Why can't I put this thing down? Well, I don't want both of the Geneva things in the same place. It's weird, I can't... Okay, well, maybe I can only swap it for another thing, because right now, moving it would have, you know, it'd serve actually no purpose. It's so weird. Spy from the Chinese Empire. We don't even know how spies work, but apparently our counter-spying is incredible. We're about to finally actually have our spaceport. So this is our opportunity to learn about whether multiple power plants can apply their bonuses, because we have one power plant in the city already. So if my turn ever starts, we will, okay. Mbanza Congo is on 78.8 right now. now you want to start a terracotta army right here.
There were 7 wonders in the
There we
world. And the discovery of the terracotta army, we may say, is the 8th miracle of the world.
He has 2 uses. What a good guy. Is there another wonder I want? I guess the Patala Palace isn't horrible. Yeah, what the hell? Just put it here. Okay. 78.8. Actually, we should do this. 85. Should have done that quite a while ago. Alright, so we hit next turn, and we see if we gain, what, it should be 4 or 6, I think? Sorry, somebody needs attention. Okay, you. This artifact is from Congo, from the Renaissance era. Okay. So could we switch stuff? No, it just doesn't appear to allow me to put down the works. It's weird. I don't think it's relevant, it's just weird. I think our auto-explore dude may have run out of stuff to do. Or at least he thinks he ran out of stuff to do. Ooh. That seems like a crazy place to build a city, given the fact that these guys have been at war for all of forever. Although I don't know how long. It can't have been there long. It's at 1. Alright, development of new power plants is spread on industrial advances. Okay. Who else has a thing? Oh, right. All of our guys got an upgrade because of the Terracotta Army. You should auto-explore. That's why that guy suddenly needed attention. Everybody just get really basic garbage because none of our troops are advanced at all. Plus 10 combat strength versus melee units, I guess? Okay. Who's having housing troubles? Mwilla. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Build... Jeez, I don't know. Probably don't need more archaeologists. Well, I guess there's no reason not to build a broadcast center. And yes, indeed, Mbanza Congo did gain industry, which is good. That means that all of these power plants here will contribute as well. We're finally, very slowly, getting there. Alright, there's an antiquity site over here. I cannot imagine what could possibly have happened there. Or actually, I can. There was a village there, wasn't there? There was a tribal village. So this is probably going to be from us, then. What were you supposed to be doing? You were supposed to be going... Yeah. The archaeologist stood on his spot and he got all confused. Okay, actually, we have room for another trade unit. We should... I wish if the AI's turn is going to take forever to process, I wish it wouldn't lock me out of sort of the basic controls of my empire. Not being able to move my units around, I understand. But I should be able to, like, buy stuff in cities and have it appear at the beginning of the next turn and things like that. I have it act as though I bought it the next turn.
Mercy I asked. Mercy I found.
Alright, we're going to complete a lot of technologies in real short order here. Oh, it says 6 of 8 because there's one who's not currently running. Right. This is not a count of how many trade units you have out. It's how many of your trade routes are right now doing stuff. That's pretty good. And what's the other one here? Plus 15% production toward industrial era and later wonders. I think this probably doesn't count as wonders. The space stuff. Egypt has been targeted for war by Jerusalem. Russia is clearing barbarian outposts because it's apparently still having barbarian issues. Okay, yeah, you're not done. Nobody's ever done increasing their industry. Oh, except you, I guess. That's okay. Industry and science is all that we care about. Alright, go to Sangha. Let's take some time off of that. Rebase this trader to the capital. I think we're out of 4 production trade routes at this point, but we should still have a couple of 3s available to us, which obviously are just fine. So how far off are we from, pretty far off. Still 7 more civics. And they're not, even like the early ones are not really that cheap. I guess these aren't boosted. That would help. But our government is sort of a distant secondary concern. I don't really care about it.
Man is a military animal. Glories in gunpowder and loves parades.
So there's a 3, a 2, a couple of 3s. I feel like civil engineering should do something in addition. I don't know. In addition to just giving you a couple of pretty okay policies. The builder one is nice, but it comes so late in the game, I honestly wonder how many people are still needing... Well, I guess a couple of people have special builders, right? Like China can use builders to rush their wonders, and I think the Aztecs can use builders to rush their districts. Both of which are actually, like, totally great reasons that you might build a builder in the late game, I guess. Alright, progress toward the space race is advanced
people break down too, not just machinery.
A common mistake that people make when trying to design something completely foolproof is to underestimate the ingenuity of complete fools.
Okay, so what does space race actually do? Obviously, it would be cool to get, but yeah, it's really deep. Triple tourism from great works of music, plus 15% production towards space race if the city has either a military academy or a seaport. So the integrated space cell would be cool, but it's not happening. Plus 1 gold to plantations can be completed multiple times. I assume that you don't get the plus 1 gold to plantations from each completion. But honestly, if you're getting all the way to the end of the civics tree, it probably doesn't matter. You're probably doing just fine. Okay, so the spaceport is done. There should be a couple of things we can build already, right? Here we go. Launch Earth satellite. Reveals the geography of any unexplored corner of the world and marks the first step toward the science victory. 1500 production. So 17 turns. That's pretty real. We still have 1 power plant getting built. But I think we're going to be doing a lot of just kind of sitting here and waiting, unfortunately. We can keep exploring in the tech tree and keep doing the antiquity stuff. There's an antiquity site that I missed right here somehow. I don't know what else we can really do to speed up our industry. Plus 30% to all forms of industry from communism would be nice. I guess we could do things to speed up our culture gain, which might allow us to push industry. Yeah, this is from Congo in the industrial era. A broadsheet. Well, I like the fact that it's like an appropriate thing. Alright, you can come back over here, because there's one we missed. Where'd my other archaeologists get off to? Did I tell him to come down here? Or maybe they do have limited charges. Maybe I used him up. Let's... It does not appear that I have another archaeologist. So yeah, I must have used him up. Or... he got captured by barbarians. No, I think I just used him up. Alright, so we'll have to build new ones from time to time. Like right now, perhaps. Yeah, that seems sensible. Where is archaeologist? Do you not have... No, you have a theater square. Huh. Maybe you can only make one archaeologist from each place. They have enough charges to fill up a museum, and then if you want to make a new one, you have to make him out of a different museum. Seems possible. You're pushing on your housing capacity. We could go 7 turns for a sewer, or 2 turns for an Mbanza. Okay, you need to rebase. So I'm doing my best to optimize this system without really understanding it. So you would think metal casting would have some more industry associated. Alright, you. Enough with your flexing your beard at me. You'd think you could at least say something. Are there any more industry boosts coming, I guess is the question. We're about to roll through an awful lot of stuff. What is this? Forbidden City gives you a wildcard policy slot. That's actually pretty cool, but I bet it's been built already.
Until you've stood at his forge and worked with his hammer.
That's a very non-judgmental thing to say. I don't know that I entirely agree. We could find oil. And we know where the oil is already, don't we? Thanks to our great scientist. Yeah, it looks like there's not really a lot of things left that can boost production. So I don't know what we could do to get production much higher. Looks like at this point it's mostly mostly military units in the tech tree. Alright, let us purchase this tile. Okay, nanotechnology was one of the ones we needed. That's what I was checking. So we have quite a few turns before we get to either of these and have the ability to build more stuff. 3,000 production, 3,000 production. We're doing this. Or we're doing 2,500, 3,000. Man, this stuff is expensive. Ship to... yeah, Toronto. That's worth 3 industry. What about great scientists? Are there any great scientists that maybe... or great engineers who can help us with this stuff? Oh, we're about to get a great merchant who's an awesome spy. Eureka moment for 3 random technologies from the atomic or information era. Not really that great. Plus 20% production towards space race projects.
Искусство, наука, чего еще желать?
Ah, nothing. Nothing is what we don't have. No, you know what I don't have? Is a spaceship. Yet. So this guy is awesome. I assume we're like producing way, way more. China's actually getting there on the great engineer points, though. So this'll be wonderful. Eureka moment for rocketry. I think we probably have rocketry already.
What gunpowder did for war? The printing press.
That's enough out of you, Sean Bean. Did you ever feel like you just had enough out of Sean Bean? This is the first time I've ever even thought about that. Okay, so nobody built it. It would be beneficial for us to have. An extra wildcard slot is something that would actually be, like, pretty good. Nope. No martyrdom. No sale. Go to sleep. Pedro's declared war on Montezuma. Again, the AIs just cannot stand each other. It's crazy how much they hate each other. Did you not have... Yeah, okay. Some asshole standing on the tile. He's very upset about it. So I do think that we're looking like pretty likely winners here. Oh, we're leading on the culture victory now, too. I can't imagine this happening, though. We're so far away from this little circle being full. Let's have a look at the culture victory, though, while we're waiting for the AI to take its turn. Russia's denouncing Egypt. Your domestic tourists represent the tourists from your civilization that are currently happy vacationing within your borders. Your visiting tourists represent the number that you have attracted from the domestic tourist pool of other civs. To achieve a culture victory, you must attract visiting tourists by generating high amounts of culture and tourism. Victory is achieved when you attract more visiting tourists to your civilization than any other civilization has domestic tourists. So it looks like we have, like, 10? Sorry, that's not even 10. That's 7. We have 7 visiting tourists. Oh, I guess this number right here tells us that. Russia has all of 10. Yeah, this is a victory type that everybody is very far away from. So I wonder if it makes sense to actually build another spaceport so that we can work on 2 projects simultaneously. If we were going to do it, this is the city that makes sense to do it in. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Because we don't have another thing to do right now. Or no, we actually do, don't we? Yeah, we have Mars Hab and the moon landing. But we're going to have a couple of things grouped together pretty shortly after we get nuclear fission. Or nuclear fusion, rather. So spies are getting captured all over the place. Somebody else built Ruhr Valley. That might well have been worth angling harder for. It certainly does seem to be the case that anything that gives production now is super valuable. Alright, let's remember to dismiss these manually because we have to. Let's just refresh this old route. And you finally get to hit this antiquity. Come on, something from the ancient era that is not Geneva or barbarians. But, there we go. Buenos Aires. From the ancient era. Okay, so... there we go. You can swap them if it makes the theming bonus work, I guess? God, look at that. It doubles all of the outputs, even our ridiculous ones. Oh, so we should build an archaeological museum in the capital then, so that we can get 12 extra. Man, it is providing 12 production to Quango. That's crazy. I'm really glad that we built one of those. It took 5 turns off the spaceport right there. Sure, this city's actually getting large enough to contribute. So, how are we going to find time to do this? It has enough population now, but there's not really a good way of rushing a theater square, is there? Well, let's just get it done. Yeah, that seems fine. We'll build the theater square. We'll buy the buildings for it. As soon as the theater square is done, we're putting it back on space project duty. But we'll buy the buildings, and then we'll buy the archaeologist, and then we'll fill up the museum. Okay, Mbula has a trading post now. Let's see, trade route complete. So let's see if that gives me a unit that I can reassign, a trade unit that I can reassign to the capital. What is going on here? We'll save you. Pikemen are actually fairly high strength. Yeah, not as high as us. Especially since we'll have Defender of the Faith if we get inside their border.
It's one thing to surmise what happened, but we don't speculate on that until ballistics confirms what happened.
Yeah, we don't need the Defender of the Faith bonus. We have a pretty big thing over them. Advantage is the word I wanted. You know, a big thing over them. Alright, rebase to here. We just need all of the industry. All of it. Alright, you. I've heard that enough times. I'm starting to be able to speak Ancient Egyptian. I know at least 2 sentences. Alright, we're about to have another slot for our government. It's not a useful slot, really. It'll allow us to get envoys more quickly. That's about it. This will give us another slot, but this one will actually be useful.
It is the first time I stepped onto the rooftop of the Portala Palace. I felt, as never before or since, as if I was stepping onto the rooftop of my being, onto some dimension of consciousness that I'd never visited before.
It's just a roof, though.
It is nationalism which engenders nations, and not the other way around.
Okay, so... No, I saw production, I got all excited, but no, this is not relevant to our stuff. This great person grants 1 oil. Your trade routes gain +2 gold for each strategic resource improved by the destination. Okay, more money is fine, but it's not really that compelling. You just fight dudes. Fight dudes, because fighting dudes is fun. This trade route needs to go to Buenos Aires. It's the only one left that gives 3 production. We're really reaching every little bit here. Alright, free oil is pretty cool. And I mean, it's not like the gold's bad. So we could take +1 gold from each of our envoys, or, yeah, +2 influence points. We don't have, in my opinion, enough suzerains yet. We aren't suzerain of enough places yet, is what I'm meaning to say. Because we could use those bonuses. Alright, finish your factory. Build your power plant. Alright, I'm really excited about getting this up. Okay. Listen, I've heard enough from all the AI. Is there some kind of setting that I can set that just says goodbye or declines every time the AI wants to talk to me? Because I'm not really gaining a lot from having and even like it's showing the denouncements I totally get. That's another wonder that improves apostles, I believe. Them showing the denouncements I totally get, but I don't need to have her denouncing me every 20 turns, but also every 20 turns on a staggered cycle coming to tell me that she just plain doesn't like me. This is not really that useful to me. I don't know where these pikemen came from. Game's trying to keep us on our toes, I guess.
However beautiful
pillaging
the
everything.
strategy, you should occasionally look at the results.
Alright, decisive victory. That's not a decisive victory. These guys were left alive. How did that happen? Unfortunately, the industrial hub here is really far away from all the other cities. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it might lend its industry to Mbanza-Mpangu. Honestly, we might want to build a spaceport over here too. Or I think we're only actually going to have access to 2 projects at the same time, probably. Alright, come on, Theater Square. Oh, Russia's catching up on the archaeology game. I gotta get all these antiquity sites quickly. I see, what? One, I know that there's one down here. A couple down here on this river. There's another one down
I
here,
saw
yeah.
a bank that
We'll
said
be alright.
24-hour banking, but I didn't have that much time.
Stephen Wright quotes, huh? just another military unit, or another religious unit that I have absolutely no use for. I am certainly not helping that guy achieve a religious victory. So we want to get back on the Earth satellite thing. And we can buy out an amphitheater and an archaeological museum, but not an archaeologist. 1,300. We have one just about to finish in Huila anyway. We don't have enough things to theme a second. No, we have exactly enough to fill a second museum. And unfortunately, they're not all from the same era. You want my extra stuff in exchange for like a lot of gold? Sure. It doesn't actually make that much of a difference. I suppose it does. There are still things that I would like to buy out. A recent news article revealed that England is trading with Congo. That's interesting. I do appreciate that a lot of things seem to get updated within the systems as you move up in the eras. Unclaimed space is starting to get really thin. This is Niter.
The best steel doesn't always shine the brightest.
Yeah, plus appeal, artillery, battleships, none of it particularly relevant. We should maybe actually fortify here. We're actually kind of getting murdered. You know, I suppose we could build a spy. Or I could build a theater district. Screw espionage. We've always done fine without it. Alright, so what do we have? We have a, two ancient things. No, an ancient, an industrial, and a renaissance. So, I mean, I have no idea what's going to come out of this thing. It could be from anyone. There's really no way to know.
What I like about cities is that everything is king size. The beauty and the ugliness.
See, 50 gold per appeal of tile when replacing a farm with a neighborhood. That's interesting. And military academies and seaports generate a small amount of science. We are tearing through this pretty quickly. Broadway would be potentially very useful. We could use a free civic boost. I might go for that. Oh my, we're quite a bit past an hour already. Well, let's get this archaeologist out, search this thing, and then we may have to call it there. But I feel like we're very close to the end here. Well, not very close. There's a number of times that we need to press the end turn button, but we're definitely closer than everybody else. Yeah, the only thing anybody's anywhere on is the religious victory, and he's not going to be able to get past 3 very easily because he's going to have to crack the other continent to get there. Oh, a great writer. I was not expecting that. Yeah, go. Oh no, we have a slot in the capital, right?
When he said that one must believe in the possibility of happiness in order to be happy. And I now believe in it. Let the dead bury the dead. But while I'm alive, I must live and be happy.
It would be a good idea for the living to bury the dead. I don't want to be, contradictory. I'm just saying if we let the dead bury the dead, I suspect that we're not going to get a lot of burying done. So these guys have 2 charges each in Civ 6, which is interesting. I found that when I was trying a culture game, and I only got a little bit of the way into it, but when I was trying a culture game off camera, what I found was that I was having trouble generating amphitheaters fast enough to make slots for great works of writing. There's a barbarian camp over here. Where's that anti-tank gun? Let's make sure this is handled.
Never criticize a rifleman until you've walked a mile in his shoes. That way, he'll be barefoot and you'll be out of range.
Alright, go handle that. Oh. An artist. All these theater districts are really kicking in. Really. City provides +1 appeal to any tiles it owns. That one's actually not useful at all. But I think, given the rate of other people's generation, that it'll be faster for us to see a new one if we just recruit this one than if we pass and wait. Alright, so you need to run the route to... Ooh, Mbamba is at 5. That's a lot of industry being passed back and forth. So Leo Tolstoy needs to come over here.
All the girls in the world were divided into 2 classes. One class included all the girls in the world except her, and they had all the usual human feelings and were very ordinary girls. While the other class, herself alone, had no weaknesses and was superior to all humanity.
You know, I've never read any Tolstoy. Except now I sort of have. Looks like we can do his thing. Oh, right, that bank has slots for great works in it. Okay, so... it's pretty weird that there are slots in the bank. We're starting to generate kind of a lot of tourism now. We still need, really, though, artifacts are our only hope of generating theming bonuses, which are of tremendous importance. None of this stuff matters at all. An entertainment complex could matter, because it could potentially spread amenities to Mbanza Congo. Yeah, let's build one of those. Let's build it as close to Mbanza Congo as possible. Yeah, sure. Just increase the appeal of these tiles. It doesn't matter. The appeal of our tiles really doesn't matter very much. What did we get? Ancient era. I think we only have one barbarian thing right now. But let's take China. Okay, so this is an ancient era. This ancient era artifact is establishing the theme for this museum. Wait a second. Can I do this? No. I can't even take out the initial thing. This just makes it... This is a Renaissance museum. Okay, so can I swap the ancient artifact into an ancient themed museum? No, it looks like it has to... It has to actually complete the theming bonus, it looks like. It might be kind of awkward. I don't know. We'll see how it actually works out. Anyway, I said I was gonna end the episode, and I'm gonna stand by that. But we are gonna play out this next turn, because why not? We're already sitting through all the loading. Mbamba needs more amenities. Mbamba? Oh. Well, they certainly have enough population. I bet they can build an entertainment complex. We almost have the first piece of the thing done, the satellite. Oh, I forgot all about this nonsense. Please resolve him. Our anti-tank gun can't quite get his attack on. Oh, hey, our encampment can shoot at the scout. Wow. Wow. Machine guns are shockingly ineffective. You need to find another... Here we go. It is as though we have open borders. That's actually pretty cool. And you can really fill up this bank. Do banks theme? It looks like they do not. Theming bonuses might be a thing that's unique to museums in this game. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode of Let's Play Civilization 6. I think we're going to get there. It looks to me like we're ahead of everybody enough that we can definitely complete this before they get to it, or before they get to anything, And it looks like we may actually be so far ahead that they don't feel comfortable declaring war on us anymore. So come back next time. We're just gonna take a nice little stroll up to the science victory. And we'll see you then.